Hi guys, long time no see. So do you have an old ass frontal with a lot of bald spot that just looks disgusting? Don't worry, in this video I'm going to show you how to change your frontal, and I'm going to show you the secret how to go from this to this, so just keep on watching. So this is my frontal. This is a frontal from aliexpress. I had this frontal for about 8 or 10 months and it has a huge bald spot. So we gotta change this frontal. So the first thing you want to do is cut off the thread at the back of the frontal where the frontal was sewn down on the wig cap. And you want to do this really carefully. And you're gonna cut everywhere the lace frontal was sewn down. So all around the wig cap. And this is what my frontal looks like. I know. Do y'all see now why I had to change that frontal? So this is what the wig should look like now. Now I'm gonna just wash my wig. So I'll fill a bucket full of water and put a lot of shampoo in there. And then I put my wig in there and I let it sit for a few hours. After that, I rinse it out with clear water and then I put a lot of conditioner in it. And I let it sit for a few hours, maybe even a whole day. Okay, so this is the new frontal. This frontal is from Icy Hair and it is a beautiful frontal. It has a lot of knots though, so we have to bleach them. I already have a video on my channel showing you exactly how to bleach the frontal. But I'm gonna show you again. So the first thing you want to do is put a lot of, well, not a lot, but quite a bit of bleaching powder in a bowl and then mix it with a little bit, just a little bit of developer, because you want the texture to be thick. Look at me adding more powder to it because it needed to be a little thicker. It's very important that the mixture is very thick. Just mix it up till you have the perfect consistency. And the consistency should look like that. And don't forget to put on your gloves, guys, otherwise you will burn yourself. So now I'm taking the Got to Be Free spray and I spray it on the hairline and on the baby hairs so that the bleach will not seep through and not ruin our beautiful baby hairs. And now I brush it back. And then I turn the frontal around and I press it on the tape. Now I'm using a butter knife to put on the bleach on the frontal. Be very careful and delicate when you do this step because you do not want the bleach to seep through onto the frontal. Like I said, I already have a video on YouTube where I show you exactly step by step how to do it. So if you have more questions, go and look for that video. And don't forget to bleach the front of the frontal. This is the most important part. Your baby hair should not have black knots, so don't forget to bleach the front. And lastly, I take a piece of aluminum foil and I put the frontal face down on the foil so that the bleach will not seep through onto the hair, and so that I can check better if the knots bleach. So here you just saw me taking a ratchet comb and parting the hair to see if the bleach did not seep through. And this is what the hair looks like after I washed it out. Perfect. And now we are coming to the interesting part of the video. I'm going to show you how to sew down the new frontal onto the old wig. So the first thing you want to do is cut off the first few pieces of tracks in the front, just so that we have enough space for the frontal, for the new frontal to be sewn down. And now I just take the frontal and I place it and I see if there's enough cap for me to sew the frontal down. I take some bobby pins and I place the frontal, and as you can see, I leave a little bit of space between frontal and tracks, and that's just to have a little bit of space to take a little bit of track to sew it onto the frontal so that it looks more natural. And now you just see me sewing down the frontal. So the first stitch I always make around 4 or 5 loops. The second one I do 3 or 4 loops, and then the last like the third one I do like 3 loops, and then afterwards I do just 2 loops. So to sew down the frontal, you just put the needle through the cap and through the frontal, like the back of the frontal, and then you loop it and you pull the needle with the thread. And don't use too much space between the stitches. You don't want the frontal to be loose, you want it to be very secure. Just stitch very close together. So I lost a clip of me showing you how to sew down the track onto the frontal. I'm very sorry guys, but it's not that hard to do. I can just explain it like that. Just take a piece of track and do the same sewing technique that I showed you right now and sew the track directly onto the frontal. If you ever made a wig before, you know exactly how to sew down a track. You will know that you have to go under the track, but this time take the little piece of track and go through the track to sew it down onto the lace. I really hope that you could understand it. If you couldn't, then just write it down in the comment section and I will try to redo it. So this is what the wig looks like. It looks really good, and after some plucking, the wig looks amazing. Want to know how to pluck a frontal? I have a very detailed video on my channel. Just go ahead and watch it. I did the same exact technique. The only difference is that this frontal just came already pre-plucked, so I did not have to do that much work, but other than that it's really the same exact method. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope that it could help you, and I hope that you can slay your new frontal. Bye.